Right, welcome back. Last time we finally had an episode where I didn't end up getting into a game-ending war and had to restart. Yeah. Also grabbed some tech. I've been working on increasing my state reach, and my autonomy has been increasing, sadly. Oh well. I've been centralizing, which helps somewhat. It's just that there's other elements, like the elites slowly gaining power, I guess. Anyway, I mean, the nobles are weakening, from the looks of it, and rather rapidly at that, which is excellent. Anyway. I'm hoping to... Oh, right, okay. Their influence is no low enough so that now I can do something about this. Among other things, I need to reduce their influence. Many reforms that I want to pass require them to have a low enough influence. Of course, there's also the double-edged sword in that these things, well, they also make it. This is pretty much the only way for me to get them to like them. Oh, right. They're just available for clicking, not anything else. Well, I got used to the grayed out buttons. Oh well. I'm sure they'll eventually lose enough influence so that I can actually do such a thing. Because the lower their influence is, the better. Plus, I'm less reliant on them for stuff like Republican tradition. And it's a lot easier to make the church like me. Eventually the Metropolitans too. Yeah. Sneak up here. I'm not sure if donating to the church is a good idea. A show of devotion does work. Oh, and I can oppose populist reform. Yeah, of course, I can oppose populist reform. It's not like I had terrible, terrible things happen whenever I do that. Though, in all honesty, this is actually an easy way to get it high. Because it's just my capital state, which, in most cases, doesn't have unrest issues. If you do have unrest issues in your capital state, you're doing something wrong. Usually. Yeah, I think at this point it might be best to focus on Diplo points, since I'm going to be taking a Diplo idea as a group anyway, specifically plutocracy. Although the fact is that most of these buffs are actually kind of useless to me until I can get together merchants. Yeah, it sounds like religion provides quite a few buffs that are all going to be helpful, especially this early Republican tradition buff. And the stability buff. And reduced administrative advisor cost. Plus the tolerance to the true faiths will help with unrest issues, but it's gonna be the same with the plutocracy ideas. The manpower train count reduction would be helpful. Well, this army expenses are now 0. What happened to my military? Ah, disappearing because of no pay. Yep. That's fine by me. I'm saving that for when I can actually afford something like that, which I really can't at the moment. I really just can't, so... Not sure if I can even manage that this session. Oh well. State reach is improving, which is helping. As well as the fact that noble power is reducing, so... I did activate that, right? Yes, okay. Right, continue. 13. I don't want 13. Did someone just dump 3 ducats in there too? Couldn't you have waited until late? Couldn't you have done that earlier so I didn't need to do that myself? This is gonna get expensive fast. Perhaps I should just dump all the state-owned industry into the hands of the residents. Oh, there, and I'm gonna have to pay for that back with the grain dole. Actually, the clergy have and get a lot of money, so... Sure, why not? Let's just give them all the state-owned industry I have. Yeah, okay, the conscripts are demobilizing. The military's demobilizing. Looks like I can't afford it. Or I could dump it in the hands of the nobles. Problem is that this will have long-term effects on their power anyway. And while I can handle a decently strong clergy, I want the nobles to be as weak as possible. Okay, fine. Land grants. Districts. Industrial. %90. Yeah, well, okay, I can get more property later. Okay, that costs way more. Right, let's just do 90%. God, this interface. There we go. I did it again, didn't I? Okay. Districts, industrial. As far as I can tell, 90% is just... Yeah, it's easier on the stability. They're indifferent, so that means that they don't care. So it won't get me any positives, sadly. It does mean I'm not going to crash and burn quite as much from all this investment. The clergy are going to have to shoulder the problems. Eh. As the residents increase. Of course, they're probably not going to pay for it all. The amount of industry is going to gradually reduce, probably affecting the less profitable one first, the less profitable of the two first, whichever one that ends up being. And yeah. Yeah, I think I'll stop here. Well, yeah, fine. Yeah, right here. Alright, so. The Polish-Lithuanian Union has in fact concurred. Yippee. Stuff going historically, yay, just like the whole Swedish Civil War thing. No, I can't really say anything more on that. Yeah, so I went ahead and decided to go ahead and just straight up invest into the industry. And then some other group decided to invest, well, I invested 10, and then some other group decided to invest 3 more, which is just lovely. So now went from less than 1 unit of urban to almost 20 times as much. So this is going to have fun side effects. Thankfully, one of those is that there will soon be enough residents for me to finally set up a commercial industry and start attracting some burgers. I do wonder. Yep. Yep. Okay. As I figured. I've been continuously expanding my state reach. We've hit 10%. So, I mean, this whole takes quite a bit of time. 0.5% per? Yeah. Is there any reform that takes only 10? Okay. It's the regulated tax farmers one. I'll have to specifically boost the bureaucracy, and it's probably not a good idea to do that at the same time where I want to pass a reform. Specifically to lower the influence of the gentry. There's 2 points of attack here. There's the ceremonial court, or I could do consolidated holdings, which I'll probably do consolidated holdings. On the other hand, power shift speed. Reducing the power shift speed would be, yeah. Oh well. Probably should look for ways to reduce their power from autonomy too. Because it's probably slowing down all this, because they're getting because the province is getting more and more autonomy, simply because I'm getting less and less Republican tradition. The number has dropped every election, so I am not particularly confident in my ability to make it go up. Thankfully, centralization is increasing, though this can only help so far. I've also started interacting directly with the clergy, too. I'm hoping to start moving towards being able to tax them directly. Eventually. So far, they have full tax exemptions. But later on, yeah. Right now, though, well, 5% times clergy power of clergy income. Okay, assuming they have 50% power, which they don't. This would be 2.5% of their income per year transferred to my tax income per year. And that's 0.25 ducats. Which is 0.02 ducats a month. And that's before the whole tax farming and corruption effects come in. Yeah. At least property is no longer being that big of a damper, and I've turned off the manpower taxation entirely. At the very least, it gives me a good idea of how much population I need before I can start setting up an actual military. Which is about... actually not that much more. About double would be right. Though this will get even better as I increase welfare and state reach. Of course, this will dramatically reduce that. No doubt about it. But there are other reforms I can do that can change it. For example, not formalizing the administration, appointing magistrates. Though this doesn't do much. 0.25 isn't really that great. And there's something else. Oh, there is this, regulating the tax farmers. Which will increase the share of tax revenue I get and reduce provincial corruption as well. Well, after all those negative effects. I'll probably wait on trying those reforms till after I manage to reform the noble privileges to reduce their influence. This will go first because I could just drop it by 10. However, this also has other effects, but state corruption isn't that important. Especially since one of the most dramatic effects don't actually affect me at all. The all-power cost is painful. But oh well. I'll figure it out. This will drop it by 5%, then 3%, then 2%. Well, the base increase. Plus 20% is actually quite a bit. Well, it honestly depends. Is that 20 directly applied to here? I'm not sure. But it's still quite a bit. Anyway. That's it for now. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.